Join the crew as a member of the Onyx Key for exclusive members-only messages, redirections, and content. We already have a bunch of videos live with some familiar topics as well as new questions, so I'll see you on the other side of the Onyx Key. Make sure you hit the join button to go deeper down this experience with me. Hey family, so we're back with another Talk is Treat Spill reading. So we're going to take a look at who wants to talk to you. Will they reach out? Any incoming messages to be on standby for? So I'm just going to hold the thumbnail up so you can choose your piles. Pile number 1 is the raspberry chocolate tart. Pile number 2 is the mini blueberry cheesecake. Pile number 3 is the sticky toffee pudding. And then pile number 4 is the mini pistachio cheesecake. I'll give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile number 1, my raspberry chocolate tart. Let's take a look at who wants to talk to you. Will they reach out? Any incoming messages? And some of you, somebody's going to invite you to eat. They're going to bring you food. Like, I don't know, food is a thing, so good for you. I love to see you eating good, I guess. I don't know what that's all about, but that was like the first thing that came through. At the bottom of your reset, you do have the blue moon of the rare opportunities, the rare situations and circumstances. So it's gonna be some good stuff coming in for you for sure. So let me get an overview. Tell me what's going on with my raspberry chocolate tart. Who wants to talk to you? Will reach out? What incoming messages? So let me see. The oddest thing is happening right now. One, this card is not going anywhere. The blue moon is here to stay, so good for you. I feel like that deck is smaller than it normally is. For whatever reason, it feels like I've lost cards. Okay, so those of you that have been like working on your diet, your fitness, if you're like losing weight, if you're just releasing emotional baggage, you're almost there to the goal of whatever the thing, especially if it's something you didn't think you could do, whatever we're talking about. But there's a heavy load of, this is lighter than I thought it was. Like, this is more lightweight than I thought it was. This is less stressful than I thought it was, because I don't know, I use this deck a lot. I use it basically all the time for years, and all of a sudden it's like I'm missing cards, and I'm not. So I don't know, that's a very interesting thing. So let me get us together so we can be at a good angle. All right. Alrighty. So tell me, yeah, you're going to get messages. You're going to be able to have a slower pace. Like, you're going to be able to move a little slower. You're going to be able to really just enjoy life, because, I don't know, whatever this accomplishment that's coming in, it's very, very rare, and it's going to slow you down, but in a good way, not in a boring way, and I can just be calm, I'm not stressed kind of way. Okay, so tell me more about this raspberry chocolate tartlet. Yeah, especially if you've been stressed out, whatever you've been stressed out about, you're going to get that resolution pretty soon. It may happen. It will likely happen. Whatever the news, information, resolution, it's going to be unexpected. Like, it's not going to be something you thought. It's not going to happen the way you thought it would happen. And it absolutely feels like some of you, it's going to be something that possibly falls into your lap, like this trust card. Okay, so tell me, all in all so far, all of the messages that are incoming for you are going to establish trust in the universe, where you've been really like stressed out and worried about stuff, because you're going to be celebrating soon. I feel like this is just me narrating what's incoming. Yeah, you're going to be able to like really, like, if you've been giving up your social life, if you've been like restricting yourself, whether it's due to diet, situation, circumstances, just whatever happened, you're not going to be doing that much longer, because we have celebrating with friends. We have someone that's participating. 4 of Wands is actually like, could be you entering a new romantic connection. I also associate it with a new home. Some of you may be getting married soon if you're already in a relationship. I see the news coming in. It's going to create the means for you to just really let your hair down and just participate, celebrate in life, versus being very strict and restricted in the way it seems like the people selecting this pile have been. Okay, so let's keep pulling these cards. Some of you, a lot of messages from friends, but the messages from the friends feels more like results of whatever this news information is, right? Because it's a celebration. So whether it is celebrating an engagement, celebrating a new home, right? It could be any of those things. Okay, I'll take all of that. You're going to be very, very social after whatever news comes in. Okay? Yep. And Son of Aquarius is real time. So like this is coming in a lot faster than you think. When you find this message, it's real time for you. So whatever season you're in, that like before this season ends, like when we talk about zodiac signs, you'll get the news I'm talking about. Okay? You got sign of Libra. 2 air signs, which actually do rule communication, but these 2 air signs specifically rule contracts, business deals, one-on-one partnerships, as well as networking and collective spaces. So those are the types of things. There's a lot of people around you on the table where maybe you were isolating. You're not going to be that, like you're going to go outside. Like the news is actually going to either push you outside or like it's going to require you to go. Whatever information I'm talking about. You all have different experiences. That's why it feels like that. But whatever sorrow we have, time heals all wounds. So who, outside of my pile number one's friends and their network, look, I'm like, who? There's a lot of who's on the table. Your friends, business partners, one-on-one relationships, people you network with. A lot of people on the table. What else can you tell me about these messages from a raspberry chocolate tart? When it comes to these rare opportunities, congratulations on your graduation. Congratulations on some sort of a bounce back. If this powerful woman is not you, you're going to hear about a powerful woman that bounced back, that rebounded in some way, whether it's romantically, whether it is like academically, because she's graduating here, professionally. There's something about a bounce back for a powerful woman right here. So tell me more. And that could actually be one of the people wanting to talk to you. Like you may be celebrating with a powerful woman that bounced back in some way soon. So congratulations to you and the friend or lover, right? Okay, what else? What else? What else? Tell me more. Oh, okay, some of y'all are getting your groove back. I love it for you. So here's the thing. There's a lot going on, and some of it will not develop. But what I love here is somebody's really bouncing back romantically. Like somebody's gonna like get into something hot and heavy. I'm leading with it being possibly you, or maybe it's one of your friends. You're gonna just feel really good about it. Like maybe you were really worried about one of your friends and they're gonna like bounce back really good, especially if like there was a chaotic breakup, possibly a third party situation. Like, nah, this person's gonna bounce back almost in like a revenge glow up kind of way. Hot and heavy, very quick. If this is you on the table, you're not gonna see it coming. You got somebody coming in. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be you just outside, like living your life or just celebrating something with your friends or just networking, but you're gonna meet somebody and it's gonna be hot and heavy very, very quickly, like so fast. And I just think it's funny because I only have 2 more decks and I was questioning if I was gonna use this one because this is the really karmic one, but I absolutely will now because this hit my table. But like outside of that, I only have love decks. What's at the bottom of these resets? Hey, you got exciting news, a spiritual awakening. What's at the bottom of this messy deck? You got an unspoken love. So it might be somebody around that or just hasn't told you about their feelings, because at the bottom here, you got finding love. So I love it. It feels like you're going to be finding love, a renewed sense of self-love as well as love with somebody else. But there's some exciting news that's going to put you in a position for this. Okay, so let's just really quick, my raspberry chocolate tart. Like, I don't know, this feels like yeah, I mean, you see how that landed there? You're gonna be, if this is you, or if, like I said, this could just be a friend you're worried about, right? You're gonna be celebrating soon, but like if this is you, you're gonna fall in love very quickly with somebody. And I said it because 4 of Wands is when you're moving in with a romantic partner. Okay, like it feels like being outside and social with friends and all of that, but living with a partner. So like I don't know if you feel like you're in a position to be doing that right now or if that's coming up, but like, you're going to enjoy this person so much, y'all are going to move very, very quickly if that's not where you are right now. Okay? Like, that's for my single people selecting this pile. Because that's a thing. Okay? But there's a lot of laughter, a lot of enjoyment here. So I love that it feels like you're going to be happy, whether it's just you stepping into an era of happiness or you just being so happy for one of your friends that's stepping into an era of happiness. All right. My bad, y'all. Let me just get this here. What else? Who wants to talk to my pile number 1? What the message coming in? Oh, look at that. I knew this deck was so messy. You might hear about somebody that's like with child, that's settling with someone. So why y'all business out? Like, it just feels like all the people around you's business is coming out. Someone is settling in love because of social pressure. Maybe they're pregnant, maybe they had a baby, maybe they're with the person they have their children with and they were really worried about leaving. So there's two sides where this person really just settles and just is down and out and is trying to figure out a way to like work through it because they feel stuck. And then there's another example where maybe this was the friend that thought they were going to have to settle in love because they have children, settle in love so that they can have children. That's not really going to have to do that, right? Like, because we have the blue moon rare opportunity coming up. There might be somebody in the table that feels like they may have been like past their prime, but I'm telling you, look at the sacred bond. Falling in love, and that we did have the spiritual ascension card. We have a spiritual connection coming in. So I might be talking about you or a friend that you're really worried about, okay? Especially if you're talking about somebody that's been on again, off again. If that's you or this person, I'm definitely confirming that, where we talk about someone finally cutting someone else off. I want to get one more. I hate the idea of pulling one more from this deck because I feel like it's going to drag it out. But let me just get one more. Teamwork. There we go. Marriage. Somebody's really going to find their equal, right? Because teamwork says, like, whatever you lack, they got you, and vice versa. You found your teammate in love and life. And when we talk about non-romantic energy, I like that this is going to close it out to support us, because teamwork and marriage is a healthy partnership just in general. When we talk about contracts that are ruled by sign of Libra, so whether it's a business deal, launching a business, getting a job, whatever gets whoever out of this funk or elevates someone to where they're even more like receptive to this types of energy. Because this feels like somebody's making a lot of friends really quickly, but really there's this lover that's on the table that it's fast paced with, okay? And it looks like it's going to end in marriage. So I don't know what news, whatever news you've got coming in, that rare news, that unexpected news, that's like a miraculous thing, whether it's for you or one of your friends, it's going to usher in a really great era. Some of you where I'm even talking about this being your friend, like let's say this news is for that friend. That friend, you're very close. So like that's going to open doors for you. You're not going to be trapped. You're not going to be stuck. Like when one of us comes up, we all come up, right? Like that's how it feels. So like you may meet a partner through this friend. You may get another job via this friend, right? Things like that. Like that's all that I feel like, because it's all interconnected and networking and friends based here. Okay. So let me get your advice and close you out. I mean, I know you already got finding love, so definitely prioritize love and financial security for sure. All right. So let me see. So what advice do I have for pile number 1, please? Financial security is back. Growth of energy. Prioritize your financial security, whether I'm talking about it being something that you need to prioritize in your career or business you're launching, or if I'm just saying like focus more individually on your own personal finances, whatever that means. But lean into this growth of energy. It's going to launch financial security, and it requires will, it requires effort, it requires motion, it requires you to move, whether it's dealing with your friends, whether it is networking, whether it's you going forward with this romantic partner. Go move outside, okay? Because that's what you're being encouraged to do. And the rare situations and circumstances that allow for that, if you've felt stuck, are opening up for you, okay? So I'm going to close you out and move along to pile number 2. All right, part two, my mini blueberry cheesecake. We're going to see who wants to talk to you. Will they reach out, and what incoming messages you need to be on standby for? And we got to have a conversation. Ooh, we got to have a conversation before I even pull cards, because here we are a couple days after I first started filming this video. And if you're having a lot of things going on, like if you're really frustrated, or if you're just sensing that something's going to be very frustrating soon, just be cool, because everything about this pile is already frustrating. So the whole energy surrounding the table is one of chaos. I'll just say it like that. Now, it's eclipse season real time. So if you're watching real time, or if you're finding this during like a key transit where that would create instability of some form, then that means you're in your right place, right space. Don't do anything. Just sit tight. Be cool. I will let you know if there's anything that you need to do following these messages, because I'm going to treat this like I'm giving a personal reading because of how chaotic the messages and the energy is. Like, even when I started to think about filming this pile again, there were delays, like slowing me down. When I sat to the table to start this pile again, delays, chaos, right? And I hadn't even like fully set the table, because obviously I completely reset the table, completely cleansed the table with this energy. So there were things missing. So just know that at least some of the messages that are incoming for you, you don't have all the facts yet. Like, there's nothing, you don't have a whole picture. There's no news that you can get right now that you can do anything with, because you truly just, you don't have everything you need to discern, to make any decisions, for other people to make decisions regarding you. Like, there's a blind spot, and there is some shadow energy here that's actively being purged. Now, I mentioned that we're in eclipse season, so that's the type of things that just naturally happen during eclipse season, is shifts, transitions, purging, releasing, so that we can ground and stabilize in the best form. Which is why I mentioned don't do anything, right? If you're forcing something and you're having delays, stop immediately. If you try to do something and you get a little nudge or a setback, leave it alone until it feels ready, until it comes to you naturally. This is not the time for you to force anything, or to allow anyone around you to force anything, okay? Like, you don't allow yourself to be pressured when things don't feel right. This is not the time for that right now, okay? And then maybe that's what's frustrating. Maybe that's why I got the thing that lets me know that there's something either frustrating right now, or that's about to be really frustrating. But just feel your frustration, let it go, so that we can ground and move forward after this eclipse season, after whatever key transit that may be affecting your natal chart passes, whenever you find this, okay? Now, after I got that message out, the table began to ground a little bit. So just know things are shifting, and you'll be able to move forward soon. The reason why I say that is because, so basically, some of the news, messages, information that's going to come through in whatever form that they come through to you are going to possibly reveal, whether or not it's revealed, it will influence you, right? But there's a theme of manipulation heavy in your pile, whether we're talking about energetically, spiritually, or someone meddling in the 3D. And I don't want you to do anything. I don't want you to react. I don't want you to overreact, especially because whether you find out or not, it's being removed, okay? And the reason why I say that is because my normal guidance for this heavy energy of like manipulation that I'm sensing in this pile, I would normally be like, look, you need to go ahead and put some protection down. You need to go to cord cutting. Like, I'm like, let's go to work. But I don't want y'all to do that, because I don't know y'all's level of experience with energy work. And I also do not want to encourage y'all to do things that you're not familiar with doing in heavy transits. If you saw my Mardi Gras eclipse video. Transits 2026 all the way through 2028. It's just shifting. It's heavy collective destiny influence. So like there's a lot of things that really aren't for you to touch because we're all grounding and stabilizing in different ways. Like you may not even be the same person come this summer, come the end of the year. So I don't want you to be like, I'm under attack, whether you are or not, and then like start doing things you shouldn't be doing, because some of you, there is that manipulation. There is a specific person or people that may be being manipulative, whether it is making moves in the 3D and being sneaky, or if it's someone that may be sending you negative energy intentionally so, or just strong evil eye. It's not for you to touch regardless, okay? Because the other side of you is, it's not even necessarily that the negative influences around you are actually doing things, so much as it's your guides, the universe shifting, moving you along further along your destiny, or changing the trajectory of it entirely based on things that we've done, right? When you incorporate free will in our destiny, then things start moving. I don't want to go too deep into it, but this pile is such a heavy pile that I actually, like, I had to take these several minutes to break that down because you actually need it the way a personal reading would, okay? So listen to what I said, and if you tune me out because I hadn't started pulling cards yet, go back and listen to what I said, okay? And then maybe watch some of the other like basic readings, right? Because I have a lot of love readings, I have a lot of nosy readings like this, but I also have spiritual ascension based readings that you can explore. So what's here? When I cleanse the decks, I have my tea leaves. The first card that we got that jumped out that called my attention to you, we have a table. So something about a table, could be someone sitting at a table. There's a reference to a table. Could be simply your seat at the table. But the card says hard work ahead. And so you're going to get messages regarding efforts and initiatives and progression. And they're going to be really positive with this horseshoe. Okay, this horseshoe of good luck. And you're going to be really excited. You either got some exciting news that's going to let you know that, or you're about to get some. And everything about this seat at the table is going to be very fortunate. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. As you get excited, as you start stepping into a little more good luck, good fortune, we have this energy of a rat, which it says someone working against you behind your back, right? So let's flip it, because we also have a hat that says you will be playing a different role. There is someone specific around you. All of you, whether this person's gotten deep enough to be able to actively influence you or your path in some way, or if they were simply just trying to, you're gonna be able to identify this person because they're not, right? When we say someone's working against you behind your back in reverse with the rat, we have a rat that is not only exposed, but someone that's been blocked from affecting your path. Because think of the universe like parents, okay? Like if you worried about something that really you shouldn't be worried about, guess what we're going to do? We're going to shift your role. We're going to make you work harder because obviously you have too much free time. So now we have to put you in a position to prioritize some other things. So I'm not saying this person, people, this rat is going to go on like super duper hard times. But in order for you to be able to lean into your good luck and excitement, we're going to shift the priorities of that influence so that they can no longer impact you, whether they were intentionally so or not, right? So the person that gets really busy, possibly even shifted to being busy in ways they've never been before, possibly having to take on a different like job, a different type of thing, like something totally different, in the hardest working way, right? As you get good luck, as you get excitement, that's the telltale sign of who that is. Okay, I'm not talking about someone that's stepping on a good luck path of excitement, that's working hard towards something new. I'm saying someone is being distracted via either their own spirit team or just the universe overall. And that's going to tell you where your negative influences are. Like someone's not going to have enough time to manipulate you or manipulate your path, manipulate whatever situation they've been very hands-on with, whether they meant to or not. Okay? Because it could just be selfish. So I'm going to put all of this back and I want to see what messages you're going to get beyond that. because it's been days in the making, y'all. I've been trying to get this out. I don't have time to play around. Some of you got a friend that is thinking of you, because I have a members only reading I'm trying to get done that y'all put me behind with because of this file. So let me just get to it. All right. You just hold your vision. You be very fixed and grounded as best as you can. Okay. And like I said, that's the only thing that you need to be putting your energy into, is being fixed in your vision, being fixed in your mission, because I don't want you to go off on a side quest of being concerned about negative energy towards you. And I don't want you to overreact to all of the delays and setbacks that it feels like you've been having because your frustration was heavy. I need you confident. I need you aligned with the frequency of success. Fun fact, while I had to stop doing this, I went on a little side quest because I'm working on something. Never mind. Apparently, I'm getting a strong channeled energy of I'm talking way too much. I'm telling y'all things that well, I'm trying to tell y'all stuff that y'all don't need to know yet. Y'all are too far ahead. Y'all are worried about energy that's not necessarily real yet, okay? And I did tell you that at the beginning of your pile. So if I redirect you, whether you're a channel member or if y'all just listen and go back like I say, you're free to do that. But go back. Like, any redirection I have is not for readings after this pile, because the energy is transitioning in a way where I think everything's going to be different after the energy really grounds and stabilizes. So you go backwards, not forward, okay? Because you're too far ahead. So I need you confident towards success, because the personal issue is going to reach resolution. You're going to get clarity on that. So if you're at a minimum, you're going to get the stability you need regarding some personal situation. Could be regarding your family, could be regarding your friends. I did see that distant friend thinking of you. There's definitely someone that has you heavy on their mind. Let me see. Yeah, someone you stop talking to abruptly, or that you stop seeing abruptly. Okay? Because what is even our question today? I don't even remember anymore. Like, who wants to talk to you? Really reach out. Okay, somebody you stop talking to abruptly that you're at a distance from. Yeah, for sure. So let me pull these tarot cards. We got a Tower, the Thunderbolt of Destruction, and it does feel like chaos, right? If you've been through that, or if you know someone that's been through that, I mean, that makes sense why this pile is like that. So, all right, tell me more about this mini blueberry cheesecake. What is this? Early stages, really early planning. There's at least a few people planning things regarding you, whether it's conversations to be had with you, whether it's opportunities based, whether it's just general future plans with family and friends. Early, just getting started. It feels like a new cycle of life where everything's pretty much new. Okay, so tell me, who wants to talk to my pal too? Will they reach out? What incoming messages? Yeah, look at that. You got a master. There's someone that is a master of something in some way that actually does want to connect with you. Okay, there is some potential. There are some possibilities regarding someone that is already a master. And then other instances would be possibilities where you've mastered something that creates new opportunities for you, whether we're talking about mastering something professionally, whether we talk about mastering something spiritually that unlocks opportunities, possibilities that you never thought you'd have access to because you've matured, right? Now you have access to new, like, friends, you have access to new networks, you have new access to new types of romantic partners. You just have to be willing to roll with this energy, this chaotic energy of delays and shifting and pivoting of your power, because you can't cling to the past. That's gone. You are gone. You're not even the same person you were in the past, right? So let it move in the way that it needs to move on its own, right? Without your influence. So let me see. Tell me more. Some of you, the messages you're going to get are deeply spiritual. If you couldn't tell already, you're going to get the clarity where you have mastered some sort of a situation, or you've been mastered some situation, and that the delays aren't necessarily because you're a work in progress or you need to be doing something. It's because you've mastered something and your path, your journey has to ground and catch up, right? as above, so below, and spirit moves much more rapidly than the 3D. So if you have mastered a spiritual lesson today, guess what? It may take several months before you really ground and see the physical harvest from that ascension that you did, right? When we talk about the maturity to discern your certain relationships and opportunities, and like when you start being a lot more productive, whether we're talking about just materially or like health wise, like it takes a while to ground your mental and spiritual perspective. So you need to know that. I'm telling you that now, okay? All right, I've got the new vision, right? It's taking a while for your look, it's coming, okay? Whatever happened, whatever you mastered, whatever spiritual ascension, this new vision, this new path you've been cultivating, like you got to let it ground in a 3D. You have to give it time to catch up to you. That's why you've got all these delays and the postponement, right? The Four of Swords says to be cool, to relax, to chill, actually to rest. Make sure you're properly nurturing your vessel, because I know we're like, okay, who wants to talk to you? Will they reach out? I got the distinct message of like, you're going to hear about like, you're either going to hear about a specific person, right? That shadow figure of like someone manipulating you, whether intentionally so or not, or they're just going to fall off the face of the earth because they're going to get so busy with other stuff that they just truly cannot. And then you got that one distant friend that's really thinking about you. I feel like there was an abrupt end of contact, or like abrupt stop seeing person. I'm saying it like that because there's no bad blood. It's no like weird chaotic ghosting for scandalous reasons or conflict. Is just distant, right? Because you got the card of a friend that's far away from you is thinking of you. Yeah, exactly. But everything that is coming through is going to be in alignment with this mastery towards your North Node destiny, right? Like you've unlocked something. Yeah, you know what? Let's take them. You've unlocked something for real. And it makes sense that eclipse season would be throwing you off as you've unlocked it, because the North Node, South Node, like the eclipse that I'm in is being led with that shift that's going to happen this summer in the nodal axis. So North Node, South Node, absolutely the case. Mastery of your North Node, South Node axis. And I know that's very vague and woo-woo to say, but all of the messages that are going to be incoming for you pretty soon are going to be ones that show you how you have mastered the balance of that North Node, South Node axis, right? And some of y'all are like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know astrology. Your North Node is where you're very growth driven. Your South Node is your comfort zone, right? They treat these points as the axis of like your past lives. So the South Node is everything you've mastered historically, quite literally, and brought with you into this life, skills, maturity, and whatnot that you unlock. The North Node is the challenging side, right? It's where you don't know and you're here to grow and learn. The point of where you're meant to evolve that leads your path, but you use this to get here because this is where you're safe and stable. See what I'm saying? You're going to get messages that align you with that energy. You're going to get messages that support you. You're going to get messages that show you where you've already been doing that. All right. Especially if it feels shaky right now. So I can already feel that the people selecting this pile are feeling a lot calmer since I got in it. Great job. We got Venus. Yeah. So you're mastering your nodal axis. You're mastering your Venus. And people that master this, look, that's a good life. Right? Whatever a good life looks like for you, you're going to have a good life. You're going to get messages this year for sure that like ground you in terms of your future. When we talk about planning for your future and things associated with Venus and your path, you're going to see the vision of where you've done everything you need to do, or at least set the foundation of everything you need to do to be stable long term. We've got Scorpio, which is that shifting of energy, that wave. It's the purging, the intensity, right? Kind of rules karmic debts a little bit, but it rules money from other people's money form, right? Because then when we talk about how it rules the 8th house, it rules like your debts and your inheritances. So you're going to get messages that feel miraculous at some point, because your spirit has to ground in 3D, right? So it has to catch up. Like, I know I'm saying it like it's common sense, like I'm trying to make you feel silly. I'm not. I just want you to feel normalized in that perspective of Okay, you made a spiritual shift, you made a mental shift, then guess what? Eventually it's going to ground. You just have to be consistent about it. It has to be a real shift, a real transition. And if it is, then guess what? The results have to catch up. So yeah, we got community energy here. Tell me more about this mini blueberry cheesecake. But you got lots of messages coming in. So tell me more about the general messages coming in from my pile number 2, please. Look at that. I mean, whatever. I don't want to use the word luxury because I feel like that's misleading because everybody's not going to be experiencing luxury. But I am going to say that it's also relative. So like luxury for you could be different for somebody else. Like a luxury is whatever it is to you. And there's something about the overlay of energy coming in and the messages you're about to be receiving that are going to put you in the frequency of luxury. And it's funny because earlier when I was talking too much and giving you information you're not ready for yet, or trying to, I did not give you information you're not ready for yet. I was stopped and I paused, and there's something very specific that I am working on that I wanted to reference that I'm not going to, that aligns with this energy. So just keep an eye on the channel. If you're subscribed and all the things, just keep an eye on posts and all of that to be coming in the next like month or so. So you'll, when it's ready, when it's available to people, when I'm allowed to talk about it with people, you'll know. Okay. We've got, do you remember? So there's definitely someone from your past that's reminiscing. And I'll say at least 2 people. And I will also say one is karmic. Okay. And the other would be a soulmate. So there's at least 2. Okay. One is very, very sweet, very pure, and really interested in connecting with you deeper. I'm just going to let this flow because I want to teach you how to allow things to come to you naturally versus forcing. There's a very sweet, pure soul that wants to connect with you, and it's going to benefit you, right? I got a lot of pink here. Pink piles. Any pink piles from the past that are calling you, go. I actually have some that I recently did that may align, that I may connect in the notes for members. But yes, I have a wave of romantic energy, and I have 2 more pink, hilariously enough, decks that I'm going to use to clarify romance. But there is at least one very innocent person that wants to work with you. Okay? Like whether it's hobby-based, whether it's professional, whether they just want to be your friend. Like there's a sweet, innocent, there's someone here that wants to be close with you, that wants to work with you, connect with you, participate in something with you from the purest intent. Okay? And I feel like you know them from your past. Okay? That said, there's a very sweet, pure person romantically underlying here that I need to see. So tell me what's going on here. Yeah, because look, I split the deck. I got reconciliation. Security was at the bottom already. So stable, safe. The messages, romantic messages you have coming in are stable, safe. So I feel this is a pile. Go to the divine feminine energy readings, the Venus. Oh, that's what I missed. Look at me. See? Look at me. I'm messing up. I'm messing up. And they caught me. Divine feminine energy. I think I label it, what are you attracting? It's the ones labeled Venus. They are pink in the playlist. Okay, they're pink. You cannot miss them. So go to the Venus, divine feminine, attracting, manifesting piles. You absolutely need to go there. You may have multiple piles across the playlist. Because you've mastered what you're being receptive to, what you're attracting, and it's deeply going to impact your relationships overall. Not just romantic, but the types of friends you're attracting are going to be more loyal, more stable. That's why we had that rat in reverse. You're not, like, the messages are going to come in from people that are pure, can be trusted, that are good, that are healthy for you, that are in alignment with who you are, who you want to be, who you're meant to be. Okay? I love that for you. So the love coming in, stable, safe, secure. The friends coming in, stable, safe, secure. Okay? All right. I love the pivot of the pile from chaos to grounding to peace. And go, that's definitely going to be your playlist. I'm taking these in the bottom because I have other pink readings that I may link, but that's the one, like that is the theme of that series. It is absolutely pink. I'm actually slightly annoyed with myself that the energy was chaotic enough to throw me off to where I couldn't, it took me a second to catch on that you needed to go to the pink Venus piles, because look at the order we're going in, right? All right, so exploring mischances. So there's some mischance in love that you will be able to explore. We had reconciliation, I think. I've been talking about a lot of different things. So if we had reconciliation, like I feel like we did, you're going to explore that missed opportunity in love. Okay, that gave you butterflies, and it's going to give you butterflies again, like there was no space, no gap, no whatever. Okay. All right, so let me pull from this really karmic deck because we're in a really karmic time. And then, you know what? I will pull you a couple of tea leaves really quick before I close you out with advice. On guard. On a pedestal. Letter O is a thing. The word on is a thing. So do be open when it comes to love and connecting with people, because I did get a slight shadow of just being mindful of how you engage people. That, like, how do I want to word this? So I don't know if you've picked any of the piles historically where I would talk about this theme of people that don't see you as a real person, that have like rose-colored glasses when they see you. Like, keep in mind that, like, people that don't see you as a real person, it's for better, for worse, right? Like, they may treat you really well. They may put you on a pedestal, and like they'll keep you like this, you know, this crown energy. But the shadow is, because they see you like that, they don't have empathy for you. When they're upset, they may do things that, I know I use the word inhumane frivolously, but like they're willing to do things that, like, you, like, I can't believe this person would do that to anybody, because they do not see you as a real person, right? They see you as like a fantasy. It's kind of like that's not real. Like, you lose the connection, the human connection with people when you see them that way. Like, it's psychology. It's basic psychology of, like, when you don't see someone as human, as a real person, then you don't see them as human, as a real person, capable of pain, of being harmed, right? That's why I want you to be conscious and on guard like that. Just for safety reasons. But all in all, it's saying, because you may have experienced what I'm telling you about right now, this on the pedestal energy, you may be a little guarded with people. Fine. Take your time getting to know people. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But just know that there are people that will put you on a healthy pedestal. And I say a healthy pedestal in a way of, like, acknowledging you for how good you are, how great you are, whatever you mastered, but in a respectful, I see you as a person way. So just be mindful of how you're engaging people as they actually genuinely try to get to know you. You can always tell who has you on a pedestal, because they, like, you can tell when people aren't grounded in the real world, when you are, right? So just keep that in mind. I'm going to pull like one from this deck, this side, and then one from the other one, and then we'll close it out. See, but yeah, look, I told you, go to that Divine Feminine Venus playlist, because we got a bowl of plenty of material things. You're going to get messages that support you there. We got a goldfish. You know what? I guess I'm curious to see what that other stack's going to say. We'll do it, because look at you. These are the messages coming in. Plenty of material things. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. And I see both for you. I see both for you. And like I said, the only shadow is just being on guard with people that put you on this weird, unrealistic pedestal. Okay? Be mindful of people that put you on a really weird, you know, unrealistic pedestal. Like, you are a person, you are a human. even if you are a spiritual master. I don't know you like that to know where you are, where you fall, but don't let people treat you like you are a god, right? That's not going to benefit you. And I don't want you to overreact to your love life just in general. It is unsettled times, right? And I mentioned being too far ahead just in general. There's nothing wrong with planning ahead. Just don't like plan too ahead when it comes to matters of the heart, because it tried to come out in reverse. Okay. I see this energy as more making sure you look ahead. Kangaroos bounce around. It's unsettling. Things are shifting, like I told you at the beginning of your pile. So just roll with the settling, and wherever it lands, that's where you land, because you got love that will be grounded and stable at the end of whatever this weird transition in your life is. I don't know what's going on, okay? But let me get your advice and close you out, okay? But tons and tons of messages, all really good. But just let this eclipse season or whatever transit you're in settle. Just roll with what's happening. If you're called to postpone and take a break, do. That's your most critical messages. If you're called to postpone and take a break, do. Everything else I said is secondary to if you're called to sit down somewhere, do. Okay? Because that will be the shadow and that will be the bad luck, is like where you're trying to manipulate the universe and God's timing, and you know you can't do that. It doesn't matter how woo-woo you are, you can't do that. So it's time to sit down. All right, we've got knowledge. Yeah, use the knowledge I gave you. I tell y'all a lot of stuff I probably should be charging for. Yeah, look at that. Advice from a friend. Knowledge, willpower. Use this knowledge, okay, to direct your will where it's supposed to be focused right now. Okay, so I'm going to close you out and move along to pile number 3. All right, pile number 3, my sticky toffee pudding. We're going to take a look at who wants to talk to you. Will they reach out, and what incoming messages you are on standby for. And listen, after all the chaos of whatever was happening before this pile, I feel so good. I feel like calm, like everything's going to be like cool. And I'm excited for you because you got guidance, you got mentorship, you got support like coming in, right? So I will say that's because you are in a middle of a karmic test. That's right. You're being tested by the universe. We're going to kick off your pile with some really woo-woo energy. It's nothing chaotic. You may not even realize you're in the middle of a karmic test because it's not necessarily supposed to feel woo in nature. It's supposed to feel like developmental in nature, just to see if you're ready for more of the abundance that's coming in for you. So if some of you are like, I'm not at abundance yet, it's early. You just, no offense, you may be slightly ungrateful. You have so much abundance literally in front of you right now that it's so early and you have no idea of like how far you're gonna go with your life, anything you may be learning, anything you made some gains on. Like you're at a beginning stage of like settling into something that is really gonna take you somewhere. Okay, so listen to the people around you that know what they're talking about, because I do have that on my table, right? So when we talk about you being tested very early on to see how committed you are, how disciplined you are, how eager you are on your journey, right? And I could be talking about any area of life, right, that you need to make progress on, that's going to deeply benefit you down the line. I have the Owl of Wisdom, which says good advice from a wise person that will what? Keep the scales in balance. Good advice from a wise person that's going to keep your life in balance. You listen to whoever this owl is a representation of. The owl may actually be a redirection for you. I have a few on the channel, and I think that's one of the birds that's very different. So if a specific one calls you in the playlist, go there, because I think this is one of the birds where they weren't all connected. Okay, now I say that because listening to this wise person not only will keep you in balance, right? It's gonna really take you somewhere, okay? Or this person's gonna help you preserve what's already available to you. And yes, both apply when I'm talking about that, because I've got a carrot, which represents an opportunity or a windfall, and I have a chain of events that will affect your life. Okay, so there's an opportunity or a windfall that will affect your life, and it has the potential to deeply bless you even beyond where you currently stand, if you keep your life in balance, like this wise person is going to explain to you you should be doing, or as they're going to try to mentor you, nurture you, help you further develop, so that you have the discernment to maintain that, right? Or so that you have the discernment to maintain the trajectory of being in balance and choosing the right paths along your chain of destiny. I love it. That's what I mean by woo-woo. See, it didn't sound so crazy and outlandish when I broke it down like that, but sometimes it doesn't come through that grounded. That's why I'm excited about this pile, because this is a pile of like, it's a thing, okay? So I'm gonna grab my oracle deck, shake the table a little bit, because you know that's what I do. Shake the table a little bit sometimes. And then we're gonna get an overview so I can see who wants to talk to you beyond that owl. So who wants to talk to my pile number 3, my sticky toffee pudding? Who wants to talk to you? Will they reach out? What incoming messages are coming through? Okay. Do not let your past hold you back. We got South Node energy. I have working through your fears, which is the new moon and Scorpio. Okay, so past failures are done. Like, don't worry about what didn't work out in the past. Like, you're going to get confirmation that, like, past failures are literally past failures. Nothing to do with what's going on in the future. Nothing with what's going on. Nothing to do with what's going on in the present either. Okay? Like, so you don't have to be concerned about your past being baggage or your past being a limitation or liability. Because sometimes you get wrapped up in the historical data to a point where you're not able to create new outcomes. That's a limitation, especially those of you that want to manifest. That's a limitation. Listen to me say it again if you need me to. Like, replay that part, watch this pile again. But I'm going to go ahead and pull from the tarot. You're already seeing results from like being really productive. When we talk about the 8 of Pentacles and being really efficient, I love that that card is ordinariness, because all of this greatness, all of the success that I see incoming for you, again, any area of life, it's so destined for you that you're going to feel very ordinary as you reach every level. That's dangerous, okay? So that's why you got that owl of wisdom there. You need that, because just listen to the people that know what they're talking about, because you're so destined for your path that each milestone doesn't really feel like a milestone. And I'm not judging you. I've done it before, okay? It doesn't feel good enough. It's like, yeah, no, I know that this is great, but I want to be here. This is where I'm going to be. This is where I'm going. And you get wrapped up in that to the point where it's like, okay, but like, can we just enjoy the blessing that is today? The thing that you got and achieved today, right? You get what I'm saying? The progress you've made from last year to this year, from last month to this month. And I've been guilty of it myself, so that's why I don't judge y'all. And I'm telling you that because I don't want anyone selected in this pile to just brush off what I said because you think I don't relate to it, right? Some of you are like that and being told, and your spirit guide's telling you every time. If you don't think I don't know what I'm talking about, you won't listen, which you shouldn't, right? That's part of what makes you good at your path, your journey. You shouldn't listen to people that you don't think know what they're talking about. You shouldn't listen to people that you feel aren't desiring a life comparable to the one you are, right? Like, you know, a lot of people say, don't take advice from someone that is living a life you do not want, right? That's not capable of living the life you desire. So I'm just telling you, that don't apply here. So we got the 8 of Wands, really quick coming in with the Queen of Swords of morality. There is a mature feminine on the table that is coming in quick. I don't know who that is. They're not wanting to talk to you. I'm telling you, there's a Queen of Swords coming in really quick. I don't know who that is though. Okay. So tell me more about, ooh, it's probably got like really specific people. Let me see, who's that? Who wants to talk to my pal 3? Will they reach out? Incoming messages. Okay, go in. Okay, all of my cards. So 9 of Wands of exhaustion. Someone that took a pause for clarity. You got, okay, so that is the Knight of Cups of Trust. Interesting. So I don't know who this Knight of Cups is, but Knights are very excited, high energy court cards, right? Like it usually like depict someone relatively young, but really energetic in whatever sense. In the cups, it's more creative and emotional, right? Nurturing, intuitive. And this is someone that's not talking to you, and I don't know why. That's why I'm pausing, because it's like 9 of Wands is like, I'm paused for rest. I've been really busy, but I'm pausing. But at the same time, I want the clarity. Like it's still early. I'm trying to see with the Ace of Swords. And then the 2 of Swords is like, I kind of think I know what's going on, but like, I'm not going to act on anything because I don't know what's going on. So I don't know who has that personality, but that person wants to talk to you. And I think they want some clarity. I think they want some clarity, but they don't know. It's someone that's really trying to feel you out. The word trust is in your overview. So it's somebody that's trying to figure out if they can trust you in some way. Like they're really exhausted. They have limited information on something. They're ruminating, but they don't trust you enough to either ask you about it, talk to you about it, whatever it is. I don't know who that is though. So that person hit the table. Okay. And let me keep pulling cards, because I'll guess I'll try to find some more clarity. Tell me, for my sticky toffee pudding, please, who wants to talk to you? Will they reach out? What's the message? I'm not ready for a card yet. I wasn't ready for a card. This person could be feeling like they're not ready. Some of you, it's as simple as this person just not ready to connect with you. I'm trying to think of the examples that would make sense for that are not love related. It could be like a coworker that's trying to feel you out and see if they can actually trust you, or if like you're going to be hyper competitive with them. I could see that too. Right? Like they kind of like you a lot. They kind of want to be close to you, but at the same time they're like, I probably shouldn't trust pile 3 because like we got the same position. It's a lot of layoffs. I'm not trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to get laid off in competition with them. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like it's a lot that goes on in these workplaces. I don't know what's going on. So Venus is here. Gemini is here. So someone here has Venus and Gemini, or that's a relevant transit. And for whatever reason, I'm reading Venus and Gemini as someone that's very mentally, intellectually stimulated in general. And that could be someone that's mentally and intellectually stimulated by you, with the reference to busy energy and the 2 of Swords. But they're very attracted to knowledge, information, wisdom. And our Venus signs in astrology, it basically, it's kind of like what we value and what we're attracted to. Okay, just to sum it up really quick, that's what this person is attracted to. So if that's you, then we know it's romantic, or could be romantic. It could truly be someone that admires you in the workplace, wants to be more like you, or just feels like you could be compatible, to be like good friends, good co-workers, right? But they're not sure if the energy is weird. Okay, I've got Pisces here, which is the sign that rules the lack of clarity and illusions. Like they want to make sure that you're on the same page, that you're like mentally compatible, that you're cool. And I could be talking about 2 different people at the same time. Like you might have somebody that you're working with that wants to be friends, or that you go to some hobby with, fitness thing with, that wants to be friends but isn't sure you want to be friends. You may have someone that is interested in you romantically that's not sure if you're interested back, right? That's kind of the wave of what I got. But I got somebody that's coming in for sure. The teacher is coming in. I think this is a feminine teacher that's coming in. Like, the teacher that's coming in is a feminine because, right, we got the Owl of Wisdom at the beginning. We got that Queen of Swords, and now we've got, like, that person's coming in. That person's going to tell you what they think regardless of how you feel, which I love it for you because in this era of life, you kind of need that, okay? You kind of need that. So tell me more about my sticky toffee pudding, please. Who wants to talk to them? Will they reach out? Some of you very specifically, because Venus, Gemini and Pisces is kind of like information. It could be like esoteric wisdom, like when you get tarot readings and things like that. Because hilariously enough, after this, the reading I'm trying to get out for members is the Mardi Gras seasonal one. And it's basically like who's getting a tarot reading on you, or like who's really thinking about you so heavy to where they may as well, like, it might as well be like that, right? So interesting. Someone that feels like being friends with you is complicated, or someone that feels like you friend zoned them. Like, this card talks about everything that, like, it confirms literally everything I just said. Okay. Feeling friend zone, thinking they're friend zone, or maybe you actually friend zone someone, wanting to be friends, but it's weird, it's complicated. Okay. Right? Not sure if you can trust somebody, like if someone has an ulterior motives towards you, like all of that is there. All of that's on the table. As a person, we got a gold digger on the table, which same vibe, like, can I trust this person? Should I be friends with this person? Right? All of that is here. Okay? Now, I don't want to go digging for things I don't need to be digging for. But if you have, like, you may have someone around that is not healthy. I didn't get a strong wave of it, but I just don't want to ignore me knowing I see suspicious cards on the table. You may be needing to go to the skeleton key readings. I have lock and key piles in that playlist. And there is something that I uncovered that sneaky energy. You know, if Onyx sit with it long enough, she gonna catch up to it, right? I'm gonna pull from these love decks. That's literally all I have with the tea leaves. But I think I want to go there first and back to your tea leaves. I don't remember how I did in the other piles, because are you seeing anybody romantically, even if it's just early stages, casual, whatever? If you are, just watch them. I hate that, because now I feel like I sound like a hater. I'm not, I promise. I want y'all to, like, find love and stuff like that. But it's eclipse karmic season, and everything right now is crazy. Okay, so just because Gemini could be two-faced energy. I'm not calling Gemini's two-faced because y'all know I'm using it as a symbol right now. Okay, and because it also could be a symbol for someone dating two people. Okay, so if you're seeing someone, they may be dating two people and telling the other, or telling you, that the other is just a friend. So you got to watch that, because we got a thief, we got a gold digger, and we've got that lock and key, which is a secret. It's like keeping a secret. Pisces rules secrets and the unseen and the unknown and everything hidden from us. It actually rules our hidden enemies as well as hidden allies, which is why I think it's funny. Your like the lighter side of this pile came through prominently with, like, people that are, like, not sure if they can trust you, or maybe you feel like you can't trust certain people that are actually, like, hidden allies, right? So just use your discernment when dealing with people, and don't be fixed in whatever impression you had of someone versus what they're showing you. Because working through your fears regarding, like, letting the past hold you back, don't pretend you don't see how somebody is moving, like, in front of you today just because of however, whatever in the past, right? Like, so let's say you judge somebody first impression and you held on to your first impression of them and they don't have anything towards you. Maybe you considered them rude or something. Turn around, you had a really positive impression of somebody else, right? and it feels like you just hanging on to the fact that like they had good vibes immediately, even if they have like a conniving, sneaky energy, and like you're not willing to like shift your perspective because that's not your personal experience with them. I find that sometimes, and if you're aligning with this personality, have even more discernment, because I'm definitely talking to you. I know personally certain personality types that are like really friendly and social, that get along with everybody. It's hard to get it's hard to get y'all to see when somebody is moving funny, because everything's so casual with y'all. I find that sometimes that personality I'm talking about is like, you see somebody moving funny and you not really that worried about it, especially like at work, because y'all not like emotionally attached to these people, but you still have to watch how people move with everybody else, right? Like you can't be like, well, that's not how they act with me. They only act like that with such and such, or I'm not seeing them do that myself, even though everybody's telling you they do that, because you get caught up in a lesson you really didn't need to live. Because I always am conscious of the people I'm dealing with or social with, because I do watch and observe how you treat other people, because I am not special. So if you would treat your friends, your family, even your coworkers, even random strangers, I see how people treat others that they consider to be the help in the service industry. I watch how you treat people, because I am not special. If you can treat anybody the way you're treating them in a way that I don't deem favorable, what's stopping you from being that way with me? You have to think like that sometimes, because it's somebody around you, friend, not a friend, lover, somebody you like, messing around with. This the vibe, okay? It's nothing to really benefit you. So, if it's a friend, they would literally steal from you if they had an opportunity to. Right? Like, you just got to watch it. So tell me, and I feel like there's at least one person that wants to tell you that. I don't know. Or maybe the messages coming in are just going to be the messages where this is revealed. I'm not seeing necessarily, I'm not going to lie, I'm not really seeing where a specific person tells you this or wants to tell you this, so much as it's just here. Let me see. When it comes to their relationships, for my pile number 3. For love, we got security very soon. I mean, you're going to have stability in love very soon. There's at least one person around that you need to be cognizant of. Interesting. So, the keys. So, I don't know, like, if you, like, something about, like, keys and security, like, spaces, environments where keys and security is a thing, right? Like, some of you are going to get a literal message from security soon. Okay? And I hope it's not bad. I really don't know. I'm going to keep pulling cards, obviously. But, like, I threw it on top of this thief and go, like, some of you might get a message from, like, security that somebody literally stole something from you. Like, you may get a call, a message from security, whether, like, it's where you live or, like, at work, that, like, somebody was stealing. Somebody was stealing from you. And this here kind of implies, like, a broken heart. Like, it was somebody that, like, you were interested in romantically, possibly stealing from you. Okay? So just watch that. I'm just reading the shadow because I want y'all protected. But, like, because some of you, the message is going to be from some form of security that, like, something's safe and you don't have to worry about that, right? So, nah. I mean, look, I tried to look out for y'all and make it a little bit positive, but just watch out. Okay? Because there is this harmony regarding these keys or something like that, okay? Like somebody's trying to steal something. So just, you keep that in mind. That said, I mentioned that I didn't know who would be wanting to tell you about whatever this energy is, whether it's friends, whether it's coworkers you can't trust, whether you're just engaging the wrong people romantically, someone's gonna tell you directly, right? Because this watch out card is actually a warning message. It says it on the card. It says this is a warning message. Now it says to beware of gossip, envy, and jealousy, and it references someone trying to get in the way of a connection. Okay, so y'all are gonna have to use y'all's discernment, okay? Because I don't really know who falls where. Hopefully my tea leaves help me in a second, because there are two sides of you, and obviously it's the opposite. Like there's some of you that have people around that you cannot trust, truly cannot trust. But I also mentioned the hidden ally, hidden enemy theme of, I could see why you're so confused if this confusion is you, because there are people that are being lied on in your pile, that like people are like, oh, you should watch out, but like there's nothing wrong with these people. And then there's also people that are absolutely not able to be trusted, and maybe those are the people that are vocalizing that you shouldn't trust, I guess, the hidden allies. Let me try to clean you up, because you were such a great pile at first, and now you got, why y'all so friendly? Because those of you that are so friendly, you're the ones creating confusion in this pile. Use your discernment, because the biggest thing, yeah, into the unknown, you don't need to know everything, one and two. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I can tell that the message is coming in. The reason why you're having trouble deciphering the people connecting with you, whether they mean you harm, they don't mean you harm, they're trying to guide you in the right way, they're trying to mislead you, you're having trouble discerning who you can trust, because it feels like a pile of that. Sit with yourself and really evaluate your interactions with everybody you know. Yes, it is that serious. Evaluate your interactions and your observations of everyone you know, because the reality is, if you're in a situation with people you can't trust, you need to do that anyway. So I mentioned the scenario of like overlooking critical red flags and how people interact with others, or their history of how they've interacted with others. And it feels like the key, quite literally, to unlocking the truth is acknowledging and accepting at face value what you see. I know what people say, I know how people interact with us, but like, how do they actually move, right? Like, how do they actually behave? What do they actually say, right? That's kind of what you need to know. And I mean, you will be divinely guided as you maneuver this unknown territory. There's nothing wrong with feeling like that, especially if you're watching this real time, because it is eclipse season. I just saw parental love. Some of you have at least one parent that knows what they're talking about. Okay, so let me see. Friends with benefits. The friends with benefits situation is creating disharmony. It is a karmic. Listen to me. I didn't realize that's what this card was trying to tell me. The friends with benefits situation you have, it is karmic. Leave it alone. If you don't have a friends with benefits situation, if you're only dealing with one person and you're picking this pile, something not right. If this is truly your pile, it really called you like that. If you're dealing with one person, something's not right. I mentioned earlier, this would be someone that's saying you're just friends. Okay? If you're serious about this person, or there's a very materialistic benefits vibe, like someone's benefiting some way that is karmic regarding you. Okay? So just know that someone is benefiting off of you, romantic, friends, in a way that is karmic for you. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna pull, how much time that I haven't been using for this. I'm gonna pull from the tea leaves for clarity really quick. But like I said, there's at least one person that has guidance for you regarding this, that I don't know that you've listened, or you may not realize has the guidance. Okay. Parting of the ways. So some of you are going to get news that some fair woman, which in this deck represents someone with just lighter color skin, hair, eyes, whatever, is parting ways in romance with someone. Okay. Now, I don't know how that's relevant to you unless this person is on the table as that energy. You see what I'm saying? So watch out for that energy, because if we're talking about someone that is either trying to rebound with you or that you're being encouraged to leave alone, right? Like, keep all of that in mind. And that could be professional when we talk about like business, like someone that you need to let go if you're in a position to hire, fire, someone that you need to put distance between yourself with, if that is a friend or co-worker, so that you don't get caught up in whatever their stuff is. Because I mean, if this your co-worker, they might be let go. So, and it doesn't look like it was for anything that you would want to be associated with. I've got a lily of spiritual love. This pile is so chaotic. Period of frustration, lessons. Oh, look at you. I can't remember because I is this pile one? Okay, I think this is okay. Yeah, this is the pile of. I opened it with you're in the middle of a karmic test. So shout out to you. You're in the middle of a karmic test, and you're gonna get messages where you're parting the ways with something or someone. It's karmic. And that's going to help you be closer to your family. Okay? Like the spiritual love and affairs with your family are going to be closer to your family. Okay? It may be frustrating, but there's a lesson to be learned. Okay? Like you're probably going to be really frustrated about the situation, the parting of ways in romance or business that I'm talking about. But it's going to bring you closer to your family because you need that. This is such a chaotic pile. So that news is going to do that. Okay? You know, we got a short journey. So it's a short journey. It's not that far away. Like you're not really going to be that far, whether we're talking about from family or from where you currently are. Now, this horse, we're stepping into a horse year. So all of the messages I'm giving you right now are going to be referencing 26 for sure, like 2026, regardless of when you find it, because we're stepping into the year of the horse. I only know that because like I saw it on the internet. And I think I was born in a horse year. I'm not sure. I don't keep up with the Chinese zodiac really, if I'm being honest. So tell me more about sticky toffee pudding. You got protection from a powerful friend for sure, and I mentioned that already, that mentorship and things like that. You need to just prioritize your family, and whatever your goals, right? So increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Some of you are in locations, places, or I'm describing a person that's really like country and nature, because we have the horse, we've got the boot. You see what I'm saying? Those are themes, but you need to just prioritize your family and your goals for right now. And you're going to get messages and confirmation regarding that, because frustration in that funnel is because you're being tested. There's lessons for development, and it looks like your most karmic lessons are, no pun intended, literally love you, because you have the karmic love card. Okay? So let me get 2 more and I'll get your advice and close you out. All right. The beauty in this your karmic tests that seem to be mostly like love related, whether again romantic or just any other personal relationships, like everything else seems good beyond that. That's why you're being told to increase your efforts regarding your goals and prioritizing your family, because that's kind of, that works out. My vulture pile, shout out to you. I love it. Don't be depressed and anxious and worried that people are against you, even if they are, because I know I referenced it. You just need discernment, right? And it doesn't seem like you're on your own with like having to judge people's character, or like if you really struggle with that, like you literally have at least one person around you that can help you discern people that you know you can trust, okay? Because I mentioned family, possibly a family member, okay? So go to the vulture. I think I sent you to the owl at first, okay? But the vulture is also here. I have the bowl of plenty of material things. And I have a feather of someone you know is undependable and insincere. And the reason why there's no reason to be concerned is because it feels like there's at least one person that's already let you know, or there's been very, very clear red flags that you overlooked. Like the example of you saw this person do whatever they're doing or trying to do to you to someone else, right? And you just ignored it. Like, don't do that, okay? Please don't do that. All right, let me close you out. I'm telling you, I'm a firm believer. If your family can't trust you, your friends can't trust you, your exes couldn't trust you, it's like nobody can trust you. Like nobody can trust you. You know, I'm just saying, it feels like one of those instances. It's on the table. We've got Luna of things being vague and blurry, but like Luna, Pisces, all of that, it's the blurred lines energy because it's intuition. It's like if you're going to ignore your intuition, you know what I mean? Because your intuition is literally telling you to put your guard up, to set a boundary, to be defensive with this person. And it feels like you are consciously, actively avoiding it. Even though your intuition is telling you like there's certain people that can't be trusted or that you shouldn't be too friendly with. Okay? So I just want you to be a little bit better because the messages coming in will definitely outline that. And I don't want it to be as frustrating as it has the potential to be. Okay? So let me close you out. I'm going to move along to pile number 4. All right, pile number 4, my mini pistachio cheesecake. We're going to take a look at who wants to talk to you. Will they reach out with incoming messages you should be on standby for? And the messages coming in for you are going to be really positive. They're going to make you feel like you can just kind of release control and like really trust the universe. So I want to lead with that because I have your overview, the bottom of your reset right here. Now, when I was resetting, the actual first energy that came through was one of a secret admirer. And I'm like, who's that? I can actually show you because it's at the bottom of the tea leaves. Yeah, you got a vase, secret admirer right here. But then it was followed by the themes of victory, which is still at the bottom. And the wealth card threw itself out of this deck as well. So I was like, oh, okay, look at them. Good for them. And as I kept cleansing all of the decks, I mean, I got a lot of indicators of like really positive energy and it being very shocking, right? So for example, I have revenge glow up. That could be you, that could be this person. I have the Empress here, which divine feminine energy for sure. I have a divine union and I have a marriage. So this person, I mean, some of you are going to get engaged. Congratulations. Some of you are going to actually get married. Congratulations. There's some type of contract business deal that's going to lead to some sort of a revenge glow up. So again, congratulations. And then other if you're going to meet the person or connect deeper with the person that you're going to eventually get engaged to and marry. But there's a lot of wealth on the table. I don't necessarily mean just like financially. I mean in terms of overall abundance and fulfillment. So give me the overview so I can see who the secret admirer is for sure. And who else wants to talk to my pile 4? Will they reach out? What incoming messages, please? New start is coming. So we've got the new moon. Fresh start. We've got a full moon in Aquarius, which interestingly enough, that is going to be our nodal axis come summer. Real time for me. The new moon associated that would be the new moon in Leo, but we're actually stepping into solar eclipse in Aquarius right now. Real time for me. So those transits could be relevant. Okay. You could be meeting this person now. You could be realizing who the secret admirer is right now. So it could be real time for some of you, or it's going to be in alignment with those transits that I gave you. Okay. One or the other. Okay. Because you're going to have a fresh start regarding someone's mask coming off, whether it is you stepping out more and you having the messages and the knowledge to do that, or the secret admirer actually connects with you deeper and you get to know them better. But it's a fresh start, a new beginning for sure. I don't feel like it's like an ex or anything like that. I don't feel like it's anyone you would have dealt with like that. Aquarius energy actually feels more acquaintance based than you know them, right? Like they might know your friends, you might know their friends, right? Like it's not like a complete stranger, but it's not someone I would say you personally know, if I'm being honest. So tell me more about this mini pistachio cheesecake. All right. Who wants to talk to you? Will they reach out? Somebody that's liked you for a while. Okay, we'll talk about that secret admirer. And when we talk about the opportunities that are coming in, like the networking, it's finally your harvest. So when I see the Aquarius of innovation, of connecting with groups and things like that, it feels like finally being recognized for your actual work, your actual skill set. So like, I know we're not talking about like work specifically, but the Seven of Pentacles is very materialistic. Like it's like a harvest from seeds we've planted. So I'm just seeing recognition from any seeds you've planted, any endeavors you've nurtured. You'll see results of that, very lucrative results. Whether you start seeing progress in your fitness journey, your health journey, whether it's you're really good at this hobby now, right? Whether you get that professional development certificate or degree or whatever it is. I'm seeing all of those messages or messages that are going to lead to you eventually seeing that harvest. Okay. We got the Six of Pentacles, which feels like someone giving you your flowers, giving you the support you need to reach this harvest. So like, I like it because it feels like, okay, so for example, those of you that have financial messages coming in, this is not money you are actively working for. This is money that you are getting because of certain skill sets, certain things you've already done, put into place, or people giving you or like investing in you. So I'm understanding the harvest just a little more clearly. Like it feels like this is a pile of, you're going to get messages that really just they slows you down so that everybody else can kind of catch up to you, because it feels like that's how advanced you are. That's how far ahead you are in whatever seeds you've planted or planting, right? So yeah, because I see you like really benefiting from things from some time ago, to the point where I got a strong message of like, you're going to get messages that like you kind of feel like you need to just calm down when it comes to having patience for people who's like development is not where yours is. It's like people that are kind of where you were 5 to 10 years ago now in the present with you, or near future. So because I get a wave of people that are just really excited to learn things, people that are really excited to have access to things, people that might, like when we do talk about networking and careers, people that are just now starting to see money that you're used to having already, like or you finally, I mentioned a little bit earlier, being treated like your true value. So like the level you previously were at, the people around you no longer align, if it makes sense, because it's like finally you're being recognized more, because you're being recognized at your actual level in whatever way that is. Because the only way I know how to describe this is like, okay, so for example, you're in a situation or setting, like let's just call it a job just for ease of like convenience. Like you're working in a place where you are, I guess, underutilized, because like you're working at the level of everyone there, but like the people there are not as developed as you. So some way, somehow you end up recognized, whether there or somewhere else, but like you're finally being treated, possibly compensated, promoted to a level where it actually makes sense for you. And maybe you're not aligning with your work friends anymore because maybe they're still associates in your management, right? Maybe they're still management, you're a director, VP, whatever the level is, but like your actual level now. And it may not throw you or people off, but it's just, there's a certain level of needing to be patient as people realize the real you, as you step into who you are, as you realize your own self, right? Like that just was a huge wave that had come through with this compromising and patience. Because some of you either are currently in a situation or are near future where you're gonna just have to compromise and be slightly patient until the real you is like realized, recognized as who you are. What it feels like is when I did a couple rare reading a while back, and I think there was a pile where like some of the people selecting it were like part of all, like y'all saw all those layoffs and things like that, right? So it's like people are working beneath their natural like skill level and things like that, and maybe the people around them don't realize, or they just don't care because it's not relevant to the things that they've been doing. So where you're feeling like you're holding back or being held back in some way, show the world real you. There's going to be an acceleration of that energy of visibility soon. Okay. So yes, we got the energy of patience and things like that, but we've also got the energy of not needing to be patient forever, whatever situation I'm talking about. Quickly ascending beyond the past, but also not allowing the past to have you jaded. Those are the types of messages coming in. So I just feel like there's a bunch of broad situations that I'm like trying to generalize. But again, find yourself in the lesson and a journey, how this may apply for you. Let's look at that Wheel of Fortune, right? We have patience as things shift, change, and ground around you, right? You may not even need to participate in the changes. You just need to sit tight and be patient as they occur, because we're in all of these heightened transits. And again, it looks like you're a little more advanced, a little more ahead than whatever situation settings you're in, because either the people around you don't necessarily know your full potential. Maybe you don't know yourself, or maybe you're just simply not acknowledged for what you actually are, even where people know, right? Because this does feel similar to that career reading that I'm bringing up, but we could be talking about hobbies. Like, we could be talking about academics. We could talk about maturity. Like, if you feel like you're a really mature person surrounded by a bunch of young people that don't respect you, I see instances of that as well. And you just have to adapt, right, to your current environment, your current situation, your current setting, and know that as it changes, you're going to get the recognition, the respect you deserve. Okay? But all in all, I mean, I just see having to be cognizant of the fact that maybe your development is not what other people's around you is, and just having the patience and respect for people and meeting them where they are being a thing in your messages, okay? Because this traveling card, this 8 of Wands is here, and it's super loud, okay? Be willing to grow and evolve beyond your history, because that clinging to the past is a thing. So when you become pessimistic and negative regarding like other people's like development and where they are versus where you are, it's because you're typically clinging to the past, right? Like, been there, done that. Don't be like that with people, okay? Especially in collective networking and environments, okay? So tell me, and what is this rapid news that's coming? Yeah, okay, fine. I'll put it back. 8 of Wands and Uranus is very, very similar energy. And combined with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's a lot. So what is that? Like, see, Aries. Why? What is this really hot message that's coming in? I need to know for Power 4. What is that? What is this really hot message? Okay, we'll put it there because that is the house that rules that sign. When we talk about friends, we talk about networking and all of the things like networking, friends, expansion, visibility. Like, you're going to be very, very visible soon. That's why you got to be mindful of how you connect with people and how you deal with people, because lots of attention, lots of visibility, okay? And it will be you. It will be based on you, your identity, who you are, right? As people realize who you really are, whether they're learning, getting to know you, you get an award, like whatever increases your visibility, we have that here, okay? No, and expect people to become a little more fixated with you with that Scorpio energy. But Yang is active, go moves, all this really fast-paced energy. Let me get one more from this deck. One more. I need a clarifier to ground what all this fiery energy is. So the moon says nurture self and others, and it really stood out to me. Something about your ability to nurture, like the way you carry yourself, the way you take care of yourself, the way you support other people. Like that patience is the nurturing, having the patience. Because remember, all of you have different personality types. So those of you that don't need to be told to just be patient with people that may not be where you are, to be a little bit humble, even if you're not getting whatever recognition, acknowledgement, harvest you feel you deserve. If you're being like really like, if you're just working with whatever you have available to you right now, knowing that it's not going to be that way forever, you're going to get a lot of recognition and a lot of praise for that. 1, 2, you're going to get a lot of recognition and a lot of praise for that. I don't know why, but like it's a lot of benefit coming your way if you've been very nurturing and patient and helping develop people and supporting people and teaching people in where you had to settle for less due to that. That's the recognition, because it feels like someone here may have made sacrifices for people. Where you struggle a little bit, right? And you can't really get past it. There's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. It's just saying, hey, learn to be a little bit calmer and patient, because people, because we're trying to see who wants to talk to you. There's at least one person that's really want to nurture you. Like, hey, look, just be cool. I get it when we talk about trauma from the past or things from the past. But because it feels like the people where you're not handling it well, they're empathizing with you. Like, it's not like, oh, all this weird consequences energy. There's a lot of empathy on the table where you are not acknowledged or recognized, whatever that is, okay? Like I said, and it makes sense that this energy is very loud in any of the piles, because again, life is real outside. And like I said, I saw a lot of companies, we have a lot of people. So this is very common, unfortunately, now. When we talk about just at work, I'm not even talking about like hobbies. I'm not talking about other things. And I'm just talking about the people that like had the very traumatic, like shocking losses. I'm not even talking about the people that have been stagnant for years and just never got to ascend to like their true potential. Because there's people that were like doing well and like just had it stripped from them. And then there are the ones that have just been slowly just been feeling like they've been stagnant for quite some time. Like it's been really long to build that harvest. So I see y'all. I feel y'all. Okay. I pulled another one. I don't know why. But I'm glad I did now, because it's that spark, that initiating energy in the air. So lots of messages, quick. There's a much faster pace coming in soon. Okay? Like a much quicker pace is coming in. I can't give you a timeline. I don't necessarily have a timeline. Okay? Because there's a lot of stuff on the table right now. But just know that it is going to come in very quickly. Okay? Okay, so before I pull from this deck, I want to bring up this Revenge Globe card. So some of you are really going to elevate beyond that space that I'm describing. Regardless of what area of life I'm talking about, like, it's going to happen very quickly. And it's going to be so out of the blue that I really, like, I don't know that I'm going to be able to predict. Okay, so, look, it's going to feel like out of the blue, very woo-woo, divinely guided, angelic support, spirit guide support. That's how it's gonna feel. Okay, so tell me, my mini pistachio cheesecake wants to talk to you. Will it reach out? Let me see if I can find a person, actually. You got a lot of synchronicities on the table, right? Because that word really stood out. Time is ticking. So like you're reaching the end of a cycle, right? You're closing a cycle, and it feels like you've healed from something. I don't know what specifically the healing would need to be regarding, but the timing is right. And because of that, that's why the harvest is coming in. And there's a certain message that's going to align in a very woo-woo way, right? Spiritual way, esoteric way, that confirms that. Like the messages themselves on the table don't necessarily feel woo-woo or spiritual. It just feels like the messages coming in will enhance your faith. They will feel very synchronicity based, divine timing aligned. And that's how you'll know this is your pile. So let me see more. And it's going to come out of nowhere because we got abundance, but we got hidden wealth on the table. Okay. I got an old school love, right? That came through. We'll pull from those decks specific to that in a second. Boom. I'm done. I'm leaving old school because it's still there for some reason. But rags to riches. See what I'm saying? Like a hidden wealth. Some of you are sitting on some knowledge, some information, something that you just know that's going to deeply benefit you financially for sure. Because I kept getting heavy themes of like money with the Seven of Pentacles. But I just wasn't getting necessarily work. So this self-made and hidden wealth feels like there's something that, some type of knowledge that you're going to tap into that's going to enhance it. Whether it is a spiritual, esoteric manifestation thing, whether it is you have certain skills that you didn't realize were lucrative, right? That pay really well, and you get a job that maybe you didn't think you had. You start realizing who you actually are, or maybe you even lost confidence in who you were. You forgot you had certain knowledge, certain skills, and then like that came unlocked. You're like, ooh, let me get this money. Like that's what this feels like. And in healing that, it's gonna open you up to your confidence, and you're gonna be connecting with someone romantically. This is not a pile of you got messages coming in the next couple of months. Not saying you don't. This is a pile of a journey of like a very specific situation that you would want to know answers to. So like I know I'm asking who wants to talk to you, will they reach out? But a lot of you have really specific questions like, are you gonna succeed at this business? Are you gonna get this job? Are you gonna find love? Like some of you got real specific questions regarding this era that's coming to a close. I wish I would just go to the skeleton key readings and the spirit animal bird readings like I be telling y'all to, but sometimes y'all come here. I don't know, something about the pistachio cheesecake, maybe that's the synchronicity for you and that's why you're here. If it is, you're in your right place, right space. I will keep pulling these cards, but remember you already have divine union, you already have marriage here, and what a perfect follow-up to that old school courtship. So that's, you're going to have an old school courtship that leads to marriage and divine union. I don't know why I'm treating this like it's one deck. I think you see I'm holding like I'm about to shuffle them together. Whew. Self-love. Tell me more about call number 4, please. Who wants to talk to you? Will they reach out when it comes to love? And you know what? I was distracted. I was doing other stuff. I'm not going to lie. So I did forget this is the secret admirer pile. So tell me about the secret admirer. Now that we're here. Since it looks like it's going to end up well. Someone you definitely have a memory of because part of why they want to reach out is their memories of you. Okay? They're very enchanted by you. Very enchanted by you. So tell me. Ooh. Okay, so I'm taking all of that. It's like 5 cards and I don't even care. We've got a main attraction. You got a lot of attention from this person. Letter M could be a thing. Let me grab these 5 cards and we're going to talk about them. All right, so we've got children, family, and friends. And it interferes. This is absolutely the secret admirer energy. And this, interestingly enough, I don't know why this is someone that I think you know them and their family, which is weird if they're a secret admirer, but they feel like, it feels like you know them and their family. Because family, friends, and children, like maybe you know their parents, maybe your parents are family friends, and maybe that's why they're secretly admiring you. They may think that you think it's weird because like y'all families are so close. Either way, it feels like someone that thinks you think they're childish, or that you see them as like a child, they may be a little younger or something like that, because it's just a lot of concern with the inner fears there. Oh look, patience is back again. So patience is here, self-love. Okay. It is someone with a lot of patience and a lot of self-love just in general, but like there's this theme of like they're worried, something about the family and friends, something about being childish, and it could be that someone has a child and there's a concern there as well. Okay. All right. We got a silver fox on the table. So like I mentioned, could be a bit of an age gap in some way. Tell me more. Mini pistachio cheesecake. Who wants to talk to you? Will they reach out? Interference. Ooh, look at that. It's messy. We got the letter I. And it says to be cautious not to let others get in the way with an incoming relationship. I could be a reference to just I, me, be selfish, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, so friends first is a thing. This person definitely wants to be friends with you. Because I'm leaning into the secret admirer. Because I don't really care about anything else. Because why they came out at the beginning of the reading. Okay, when it comes to love. Okay. But it's definitely a situation with friends first. Anything else we need to know about Paul Ford's love life, please? Blast from the past. Boom. Memories. Blast from the past. Yeah, this is someone that remembers you. You got all their attention. It's like, man, like they're fixated on you. They're divine God. I mean, I know the card looks really crazy and the energy could be, but I'm not really getting a wave of being concerned. But like this person's really interested in you, which is why they came through. Like the first card that came through for your reading was Secret Admirer. And that's a lot of this person that wants to talk to you, wants to connect with you. Honestly, the reason they haven't is the insecurity, whether it's because of kids, whether it's because of family and friends, whether it's because, like, could be interference, whether it's because, like, the weird relationship between families. It could be slightly scandalous or completely scandalous, because interference and blast from the past feels like maybe, like something was between somebody in the family and the friends, right? So I mean, if there's a connector there, I can see why they would be just observing you as well. But there's a lot going on with this pile. So I'm going to go ahead and get your tea leaves and wrap it up. Tell me about pile number 4, please. Mini pistachio cheesecake. What else do we need to know? Who wants to talk to them? Will they reach out? What other messages do we need to know about for pile 4? Month of March is going to be a thing. That's next month. Real time for me. Real time for me. I have a flute, which is a maturing energy of disappointment in a friend or lover. So one of these people is someone that you are very disappointed in, whether it is an old friend, whether it is an old lover, because I got blast from the past like that too. That's probably one of the people that's nervous about reaching out to you. March has the Lily of the Valley. We have those on the channel. Whenever that bird flower comes up again, be on the lookout for it too. But for now, there is one on the channel, and it is a Secret Admirer reading. Look at you. So I'm honestly, I feel like I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you, like, go to that one. It is not a members exclusive reading or anything like that, since you already had the Secret Admirer card at the beginning. I mean, yeah, you got the sunflowers here too, but I didn't feel called to that sunflower the way that Lily of the Valley just like screamed. But you got somebody that's leaving your life. That is the end of a situation by March. Okay. And it's because, look at you. Someone's going to leave your life by March real time. Okay, those of you where March is like a weird month that does not resonate at all, next month. Okay, because that's how I'm reading it. You're going to pass a karmic test, I guess, and temptation will not consume you with this apple in reverse. Okay, because I don't know if some of you have an affinity for apples, but like, it's either the apple's not for you or this person's not those apples or something like that. I don't know, but it's like the temptation is not going to consume you, and someone's going to leave your life, whether you remove yourself from this person consciously or if it's just spiritual interference that removes this person by March. Okay, let me get one more. Yeah, lighthearted, carefree time, especially if it was something lighthearted and casual, because something more serious is coming in. So if any of you have had something recently, dealing with someone recently where something's lighthearted and carefree, that's gonna end. Okay, and that there's a lot of messages here. I got a chair filled right here, and let me break this down in a way that's not even romantic. I mentioned y'all just kind of being patient and just chilling because like you're kind of above whatever your situation is, and like you're not really having to exert yourself because like you're above the situation, even if you're undervalued, possibly even under paid and utilized. You're just chilling. That's gonna end in March. Okay, and like the opportunity to elevate is gonna ascend. So like that's how it reads generally, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to love, whatever fling you're doing, there's nothing wrong with that. If you have one, or if it's just lighthearted and carefree, that is going to end by next month, March, for y'all real time, because I have someone new is entering your life, because it's gonna be serious. We had all those serious cards, okay, with a shared field. So when that cycle closes, so come on, give us our final messages regarding that, and then I can leave it alone. Because remember, look, see, the secret admirer is actually there at the bottom, so you can remember. All right. Affairs with your family. Family is on the table again. So I don't know, maybe you got family that wants to connect with you. Okay, if you have difficulty with certain family members, that's temporary. They're wanting to connect and like resolve whatever the issue is. You're going to get news just in general where it applies to you in your life that something is temporary, and affairs with your family will be peace and harmony. So if oh yeah, I got a random rasp. So like if somebody's sick or just really worried about somebody or something like that, like you don't have to worry about it, because peace and harmony, quite literally. Okay, got the itchy nose, Lord. My grandma always says that's somebody want to talk to you, thinking about you, whatever. I can't remember what, I never can remember what it is, but the ladies in the comments were telling me that means I'm channeling really well, so check me out, I guess. All of the above. Let me get a couple of something that didn't work out in January or won't. Ooh, what's that? What's that? What's that? I got an ink pot. Okay, if you were really frustrated about something in January, don't worry about it. I'm gonna grab that card. It's a negative card anyway. It's something about problems you had in January. Okay, anything that was an issue in January, it's time to like move on from it or act in a way that's going to resolve it. Like any issues stemming from January, right? Like it's time to move. It's time to leave it alone, let it go. It's time to act on it in some way. Especially when we're talking about pleasure with a close friend and an opportunity awaiting you. Okay, so I'm not pulling any more cards. I'm gonna get this tarot. I'm gonna get this oracle deck. There's a shark. Okay, issues stemming from January really take care of that. Like I'm saying, like don't let problems from January like linger. Resolve whatever you need to resolve. Handle whatever you need to handle from January. Okay? Because it says time to act in a maturing sense. And all these cards are not facing, see, look, they're not all facing the same way. Right? This shark says take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. And like I mentioned, all of these cards are not facing the same way. So this butterfly says an incoming energy of a change for the better. Where you act, okay? Where you act. And I'm actually seeing in my third eye that thumbnail of the Secret Admirer flower where I actually have, I think, a butterfly on it. So that may be a redirection for you in terms of like the love that's here. But whatever that issue is, deal with it, because the apple is back as incoming energy of temptation will test you. So deal with whatever, like if you have somebody you are dealing with in January, close the cycle because they're gonna, like it's gonna be a thing. Because some of you actually, the Secret Admirer might actually be, or at least one of them, may actually be this person. Okay? But now y'all got me slightly annoyed because I feel like I have to pull more, which no, they're helping me. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Do pass the test. Don't lower your standards. Don't circle back to somebody you need to leave alone. Don't take less money. Don't go back to a job that wasn't good. Don't accept the job that's way beneath your skill set where you have an opportunity to do something else. Don't stay there if you don't. All of that is it, right? Because that's why it's take care of. There will be a loss of material wealth. And I just want to confirm that before I let you go. Happiness of flowers. Okay. There's a woman associated with flowers. Why? Who's this woman associated with flowers? That's so random. And that could be like anybody because my whole Secret Admirer playlist, it is flowers. So a woman associated with flowers. Okay. What about her? You'll be taken care of in difficult times. Okay, that's fine. Forces working against you. Well, I don't like that. This Pistachio, I should have left you where you were. Okay, so all in all, in conclusion, a sincere wish will be granted with the needle and thread. Anything that's been damaged will be repaired. Anything that has been damaged will be repaired. Anything that is unfair will be resolved, okay? That empty chair is here. Where's that? I didn't know that was tucked under there. I knew we had it at one point, but we gotta, someone is leaving your life. It's gonna be good luck because it's gonna be a chair filled with someone new. So you got at least 2 Secret Admirers, and that's for you to unpack. I gave you all kinds of stuff, and I'm gonna try to do something for the members. I will try. I split the deck. At the bottom, you already had magical power. You got union. So that union is a big deal. That union is a big deal. So just give me their advice. Okay. Be courageous. Be brave when it comes to finding love. Okay. Don't settle. Don't be just doing anything. Okay. Because there's an underlying energy of doing anything. And I mean that romantically. And I mean it professionally. Because no, there weren't a lot of professional stuff on here. But same vibe. People's tendencies carry over to other areas of life. So like, some of you it's going to be love or career. Others of you, it is going to be both. Where you just kind of settle. Just settle for whatever you're given. And I don't like that. Okay. Now, I want to regroup and go back to that side with the career, because there were 2 halves of you. Of one side, you have to be patient, right? And develop develop in maturity and develop in terms of patience and spirituality, because you're being called to allow the situation to catch up to you. The other side is where you've settled, you've stagnated, and there's no evolution, no ascension beyond being undervalued and things like that. But I just want you to watch out for this love, this person romantically though too, because don't settle for that person. Be brave enough to find a love that actually aligns with you, not somebody that's just like running behind you and all of the things like that. Okay? And a critical message or messages you're going to get, and it feels very spiritual because of our transits. Somebody got to leave your life. Let that person leave your life, or don't let them come back in if it's an on again off again thing, because you got someone leaving your life so that someone new can come in. I don't want you like to miss out on this soulmate. Okay? So, okay, Power 4, if this is cut in at a really odd time, then my bad, because I was cleansing to put your deck away, which I've already done it. For the advice deck, like I've put the advice away. So that's symbolic in and of itself, because I forgot that I dropped that card and I was just too lazy to pick it up. But when I was telling you about the January and the issues stemming from January needing to be resolved, I didn't realize that the ink pot was actually problems to be resolved. So I just picked it up. And when I did that, I started to cleanse. So when I picked that up and realized that, I started to cleanse this deck, and then the flowers jumped out again, the happiness card, which resolving those problems is going to lead to happiness for sure, but you really need to act. Prioritize those floral redirections I gave you, because it seems very relevant. Like flowers is a critical theme, which I know this is the secret admirer pile, but like the secret admirer thing is a big deal. Flowers are a really big deal. So just really act on what I'm telling you. I'll even get you one for the road just because it's really, really weird energy. Keep your life in balance. Okay, whatever you need to do, should have done already. Oh, I haven't heard this since, what year was it? 24 or 23? One of those years I kept getting it, I think, in like skeleton key rings, like you should have done it already. To keep your life in balance, okay? This is love, and it's love in reverse. So there's something that you need to balance out, that you need to take care of, because it's not leading to love. But I gave you a very specific message of like stuff to deal with, because your messages are coming from me. Like I'm telling you stuff to go handle, because it's gonna really be affecting your love life, okay? And your love life, or chaos, blockages regarding your love life, are gonna throw your life off balance. That's not what you need. Outside of the skeleton key, go to the skeleton key readings, because I was gonna say outside of the secret admirer readings, go to the skeleton key because of that door. So flowers, doors, keys, that's all you. All right, so I'm gonna close you out for real this time. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.